Hi, and welcome to my channel. I'm Laura Crapo, and I'm going to do a celebrity reading on Taylor Swift. And yeah, just going to tune in and see what I pick up. This is just for entertainment purposes only, but hopefully there's something in it for everybody. Okay. I feel like it's hard for her to really have a idea to herself because like there's so many people that have input in her life on what she puts out there in public, or like so it feels like 4 or 5 people sort of agreeing on something rather than like just her. I feel like there's some line that's defining, like, kind of keeping her enclosed in this, is separating her from her like sort of childlike self, like a portion of her own spirit, like a lack of freedom. It's weird. It's really like well defined, almost like a metal wall. Like let me look at that. I guess it's because if she's really out there and being free and just saying whatever, then the backlash would be so huge that it's like more trouble than it's worth to just really truly be yourself. And um, like the level at which she's chosen to do business is such that like it requires a person to be kind of barricaded from the world because there's like too much interest on that one person. But it had, maybe for her, it had this unexpected result of a lack of freedom, a lack of like she might really like nature or like being by the water, and like she's maybe not able to spend as much time doing that because like privacy, security reasons and stuff. And so it's like, while everything around her might be like pretty or, top level of design, or it might just be like these four walls kind of like too secluded. I don't know if it's her like partner who's like this football player, but they also have like uh, a big say. And like if you're a couple, obviously like you're you're living around their decisions and stuff too. But his vibe is like really different than her, so it's like, I'm gonna describe it. Well, just like their two careers are very different. Like she's being like musical and like inspiration and storytelling, and like he's more just like a football player, and like I'm doing this, like this behavior and this action and getting this result. It's more like concrete. So it's like so the two ways of living are not like, obviously not the same. And so there might be some like how do I play out the next few hours like in my own way, under in this circumstance. And he might have like friends, like kind of bro, like buddy people around him, or business friends or whatever, managers. Like they want a certain outcome. I feel like Taylor has more freedom, and she's kind of already permanently established herself. Like, let's say she has a lot of passive income from songs she's already written, and like, while she's sleeping, there's revenue kind of thing. Whereas he might be still having to really consider, like, what am I doing next? Like, when's my next interview? He's more hungry for stability and success than she is. So it's like these two different mindsets, cohabitating. I don't know if it's possible for her to go like, you do you, and we'll kind of meet in this sort of neutral zone where we have our relationship, but I don't want to like know about or deal with your business angle stuff, because I need my mental space and my heart to be light so that I can like be me. So I feel like there's a bit of a struggle for like mental real estate there in the relationship. Oh, here comes my dog whining. Okay. Just one sec. I'm trying this like weird like kneeling chair. Wait, something. You want to come here? Okay. Want to come on? Want to say hi? No? Okay, don't be on that. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Do you want to come here? Oh, there you go. Dr. Div's going up. All right. All right. So that's what we got for the home kind of space for her. That's him making noise, not me. Taylor Swift. I feel like there's some like argument, or there's a lot of talk about like fashion stuff, like what's she gonna wear. Like it's really like people get very. Just one sec. Oops, sorry. People get really emotional if she's like not gonna wear something to something. I'm gonna have to get him a snack. Okay. Doctor, just look on the left. Okay. All right, he's fine. He just wants attention. So, yeah. So the clothing thing is like people need to relax about trying to get a celebrity to wear their clothes. Like, come on. So it's really a lot of pressure on her, and it's not that fun aspect. Maybe initially, or at times it was fun, but like she's been in the business a really long time, so it's kind of like, like I feel like part of her character is this sort of, she likes being this kind of like, classic like girl's bedroom, like writing the diary on the bed, like, has time to like contemplate and like lean on some pillows and daydream and that kind of stuff. And so like, I don't know if how her life is structured right now is like allowing for that. She may have to like I would recommend, if she doesn't already have this in her home, to create a room that's just like that, like, as a place, like sort of like how some people have a home office. Her home office can be this like kind of girl's bedroom sort of dream space, and she can have like whatever, like a shelf of unicorn sculptures and like Judy Bloom on the shelf. I don't know what, like, the typical, frilly curtains and whatever. Like, really to honor her process. Okay. And she may have to, like, I feel like, cut down on the business part of like communication aspect of like dealing with different designers and like the whole I thought we were friends and like whatever kind of pressure people can put on her to like wear something that they've made. I mean, like personally, I kind of feel like the whole like big label thing is really like the dinosaur that's ready to fall down. Like it's too much. Like so it would be better in a way if she just let like some grandma who lives a couple doors down make her clothes for the next thing. Like so people know they can't always depend on her to like wear this or that. Like I feel like she likes things to be a bit more personal than just like wearing someone else's label. Like there's some celebrities who have like no personality and like they need that extra layer of like I personify this label. But I feel kind of like she really just wants to be herself and she needs to be able to say like don't come to me with requests for me to wear this or that, like I'll figure it out. Like you have to draw the line somewhere with various aspects of a big career like that just to retain some sort of autonomy and like protect self-protection. Like you don't want constant space invading. Okay. So like if her partner, that I don't know his name, the football player guy, if he is demanding too much, like come with me to this, let's do, like he has to value her autonomy and her, like maybe, if he really needs to go to some event, like he can maybe take someone else, but like that doesn't undermine their relationship or, you know. I feel like she might want to like work on some kind of museum. You know how they have like maybe she already has this already going. I don't know, but you know how in Nashville they have like little museums of various recording artists, like Conway Twitty, or I went there like in the late '80s, I think. So it's like they had that kind of stuff. It's probably changed since then. But I remember this like one strip where it was just like different famous country artists with some kind of store. It was cool. And anyway, so I feel like she could have some like don't wait for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to come knocking. Like I feel like she could have her own kind of museum or something that she could starting now like really start curating and make it meaningful for her and a really nice place to visit and have a say in like what goes on there and the purpose and stuff like that. I don't know if it needs to be in Nashville, but like them just like I remember vaguely like the beginning of her career was country. So like it's relevant to approach it in that way because like, she contributed to that. Pick a place with a bit higher elevation than like ocean level, like Miami, who knows, like like with rising water and stuff. Like you want to build it in a place that's like safe from any water level fluctuation. Yeah. All right. Taylor Swift. I feel like she's had some friend betrayal kind of stuff. That's kind of like surprising and was a negative for her. Uh, I feel like there's the possibility of her having like 2 or 3 kids that would be like done by like science, like whatever what's it called, in vitro or like or by like someone else carrying it or what, however people do that. Um, because I sort of instead of seeing pregnancies, I'm seeing more like the shape, the egg, separate from her. So it's like that's what I'm saying that, and it might be something for her to consider now if she's not already doing that to like do that. I don't think we need like partners. Like let's say she's with that guy, the football player. Sorry, I can't remember his name. I'm not always. I don't watch a lot of celebrity news and stuff. So, but I know I've seen his picture. I did watch portions like of the Super Bowl, so I know like what he looks like a bit. But if I had to pick him out in a lineup with the guys that look just the same, I don't know if I can pick him out. But don't you don't need people, two partners, to be identical people. Like so, if they need to do things kind of separately and then just like have their relationship time, like that's fine as long as they can organize it well and they're not like it's not a source of arguments or something. I just feel like she's really quite developed as a person and knows herself and trusts herself, and he might be like either at 60% or like just less, like between 60 and 80 at times, like really knowing himself compared to her. Uh, just because there's this like chasm of difference between them doesn't mean they can't like make children together or like have a good Christmas or whatever it is that couples do. Because in a way, like they're not a typical couple. They have like teams of people helping them. So while normal people would be like, I asked my husband to do this favor for me, like she wouldn't be asking her husband, she'd be asking one of her assistants. It's like, so you know what I mean? It's like a different dynamic. So if it's like I need someone to spend those special moments with and potentially have kids with, it's like that would be the raison d'être, like to have like like a husband. Because like really someone who has a team, like you you don't need a husband. But like if you want that kind of like hallmark situation, you might want a husband, right? So that kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know if it's possible for her to like just leave, like carve out a week and a half just to herself, and like she doesn't have any assistants, and I don't know if she's like by the seashore or just like actual privacy and time in nature and dream space. I feel like that would be, if she's not already doing that, I would feel like that's very beneficial. I feel like she should not get involved in politics. If you know how some people are like voice their opinions or like back somebody, I don't feel that that's a good idea in her case. That I know, like, I have some recollection of like people saying like, "Oh, like people listen to her, so whoever she backs, like blah blah." But like, I don't know, like, U.S. politics, like, I think personally, like, the way to be involved in politics or make a difference is grassroots stuff, like your block, like improve your block, and then if everybody does that, then change is made. And if they notice a trend in communities, like they'll change the laws, or you know what I mean. But just choosing like two figureheads, like it's anyway, I don't want to get too, like I live in Canada, so it's like it's not perfect here, but it's different than the States. Okay. So yeah, I don't feel she should get involved with politics. I don't know that she's really like she's not like John Oliver where she can really dissect an issue because she's not involved in it on a daily basis. And she might preserve more of her muse, like I was talking about, like making that room for herself. That's just like her daydream room. Like that's just for her. Working on the stuff that's really like her gift to people, like would be better than her trying to like wield her influence in various arenas. Like I know she plays in arenas, so it's a bit of like a double entendre, but like you know what I mean. Okay, I'll just try to think of a couple more things and wrap it up. I know I'm going on. Okay, Taylor Swift. I feel like I don't know if she's like booked to have something to do with the Paris Olympics or like any big international thing. I don't feel like that great about her doing that. But like, there's a sketchy vibe to that. And I also see her making some kind of like wholesome July 1st family picnic or what, something that would like make her fans feel grounded in some kind of traditional celebration of that holiday. That would be good. Like any kind of positivity is good right now. Um, yeah, I think if people try to push her into some, what is that notification? I can't read it. No, I don't need to do that. Okay, so any people trying to push her into the arena of like politics or like uh, convincing the public of something other than the merit of her music, like, is a bad idea, I feel like. Just because it like takes her off her game and it turns her into something else. Like, is she an influencer? Is she a songwriter? Like, can she just be her without people trying to wield her power in like other places, I'm just trying to find like a positive thing to talk about. It just seems like there's a lot of pressures on her that I'm seeing. And they're by people that don't have like the greatest worldview. It's like like, it's like the flies are drawn to the honey, it's just like you need to she needs to make some of her own inspired decisions about her career rather than like taking somebody's advice. I don't know if she has like a friend who's like British who lives in the country, like in a nice house, that kind of thing. Like east, slightly northeast of like London, I guess. And they might not hang out all the time, but like this is someone who really like has good intention and is a good like person to talk to for her. I don't know, does she have a house there? Like hang out with friends? I don't know. I don't really she doesn't give me like the vibe of like I spend lots of time in England person, but you never know. But like maybe she has a very good friend there. Just trying to find like places, like people and situations that mean her well. I would say like if she wants to take 3 years off and like make a child and not play a lot, like let her do that. Like or if she, like some people kind of disappear and like make their new record and emerge a few years later and it's like here it is, like I didn't disappear, because you don't have to always be like at it, like especially if you're a creative artist, you need to like recharge and then make something like of value. I don't know if her like mom or something like pushed her hard like into her career at a young age, but I kind of feel that sort of presence of a mother figure who's just like determined. And it doesn't feel like nurturing. There's a difference between determined and reaching an objective and nurturing. Okay, I'm gonna really try to wrap it up with something. Honestly, like I feel kind of bad for her reading this energy because it's just like her world has become very small because of all the pressure of having like so many eyes on her and like so much business involvement by other people. Let's see if there's some kind of like positive avenue. I think she could make an excuse of like, I want to write a book. I need some time to write a book. Like she's sort of promising these people who are hungry for a project they can make money on with her. And it's just like, oh well, it's normal to take time to write a book, right? You have to write it. You can't always be running around on tour. So I feel like if she did that, that could be good. And I feel like she likes writing. And I mean, her songs tend to be quite autobiographical anyway. So yeah, so that would be like if maybe she's already doing that. Anyway, so I'll wrap it up there. I hope you enjoyed this video about Taylor Swift that I made for your entertainment only. And yeah, I turned off the comments because I don't want to set aside time for going through all the sort of HR part of the thing. But so it's like, it's not that I don't value your input. It's just I can't put my time into that because I want to ride my bike and play with my dog and do stuff like that. So anyway, take care. I'll make another video sometime. Alright, bye.